Hi, everybody. This is Matt Pinfield, and this is 120 Minutes.
People will bow to it.
What's going on, everybody? This is Trendkill Radio. I know we're off right now, but we're doing just a special interview with our friends in Tomorrow's Ghost. Today we celebrate their new EP, Grotesque. It's been out actually for like 2 weeks. Tonight is the release show. You want to state your names and who the hell you are?
Just let me know when we're ready to start. Just when you're going to cue me in, or just we're counting it. Oh, you're counting down behind me? All right. Hi, my name is Scott. I play percussions.
Hi, I'm Jason. I play the guitar.
My name is William. I also play the guitar sometimes.
And we do not have the singer. Jeremy is out.
Not available.
He's busy. Important.
Okay, so the new album, Grotesque, where did this title actually come from? Who came up with it and why?
I heard the title a week after it came out, so I'll let you guys field that.
Try to keep him in the dark. Actually, it was mostly, that's mostly our singer. He does all the lyrical stuff and all that. Basically, a lot of our songs, I guess, it's all just agnostic, apolitical kind of stuff. It's very much about, the oppression of modern society with, politicians, and basically Grotesque is a reference to kind of like the grotesque cycle of that whole thing with, people being mad at the government and all this other shit, but the government's, shutting you down, and it creates a discontention. I don't know, I'm bad at it. Yeah, and it just kind of does a thing. Yeah. This is why I just play guitar, so I don't know what any of that means.
I kind of look at it as like, oh God.
Hit him in the teeth with it. That feels really good when you...
I'm sure if you're watching right now, you're on the internet. I see it as being a lot of how gross people are to each other on the internet, and just in general in talking about anything. Whatever topic is this week in the news, no one can be cool and just talk about it with each other. Like, it doesn't matter, like, what the topic is. If it's some dude getting beat up on the street or something good that happened this week, someone is gonna be
spin it in a
shitty.
Negative way, yeah.
Someone's gonna be shitty to the other person on the internet if they have an opposite view or even just a semi-polarizing view.
I know. I was listening to your first track off of the EP. It is called The Divide. I already knew that, but I looked at my phone because I'm trying to...
We barely know the titles either.
And it's just one of those things where it's clearly there's so much. This is the most divided I've ever seen the country. We're not a political show or anything like that, and we don't really delve into anything like that whatsoever. We try to have fun and just stick around and shit. But I mean, with this song, you can definitely hear that now these days. If I just go my favorite color is green, someone will go, "Oh, is it because you hate blue?"
Right. Because you're
right.
Yeah, and it's just like that's really like what I was kind of picking up off the song The Divide. It's a very strong song, and it really has a lot to do with what I'm assuming is just your divide amongst everything in America. No one can fucking agree on anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
People have to be ridiculous now.
That is what I do like about this core group of people in it. You look around, everyone's wearing black, but there's a very definite difference between wearing black and being like a shit person.
I thought you were gonna say being black.
There's a very strong difference.
I'm like, that is a very big difference.
We're not
2019, man. I'm glad you pulled that out of the gutter.
Jeez, goddamn.
We're not
soon.
negative individuals. Even if we sing about a dark topic, it's at least from from a perspective standpoint, rather than just to be shitty. We're not being shitty.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are being shitty at all. No. Like Jeremy's lyrics, Jeremy's not here right now.
Thank goodness.
Yes, but they're a little hard to understand because he has a insane voice. It's so fucking crunchy. I can't believe he even is able to do that.
His vocal cords are like that thick.
It's like a baby's arm holding an apple.
6.5 soft.
Another song off the album that I really love is Desire, and it is just like dripping and oozing with this weird sexuality and darkness. And I was wondering if that was written about Scott Lang.
You would have to actually ask Meg Myers, the original writer of the song, and I'm sure it probably was. That was
I love Meg Myers.
yeah. No, that one came about that was there's a late night house party, and we were all kind of drinking and listening to songs and stuff, and somebody put that on, and I think me and William were there, and a few other friends, and we just kind of looked at each other and we're like, dude, this song. This is just fucking insane.
Well, that's really good to like.
Yeah, and we just kind of were like, we could do this. We could do it justice, because that's really important. Like, you can pick any song you want to, but you got to kind of like
What I take away from
necessarily
this-
make it your own, but just serve the song.
What I take away from this is you guys are having parties then?
Yeah.
It was.
We
I
didn't
was.
invite you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I was because I had checked my phone. I didn't know if I had a missed message or.
No.
You could
no,
send.
you weren't invited.
You
I'm
could
sorry.
you could put it on the Slack. That would also be. I mean, just any way you want to
Next
let me
time.
know when we're getting together. That'd be. I miss you.
Facebook Messenger.
To be
Yeah.
frank,
Nothing.
Frank with you guys.
Sorry,
I see
I'm
that
sorry
you're
that
typing.
song was written about you, and
See
like
that you're typing.
you weren't even invited to
Thanks
this.
for starting the first band fight.
Got to learn to use a microphone.
I'm pretty sure they heard. Did they not hear me?
It's pretty far away. You'd
All
be
right.
surprised.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
it is.
starting the first band fight.
You're welcome.
Great.
Who's the primary songwriter?
That would be myself.
Okay, so other than industrial, like this is an industrial metal act, I would say. Like
Yeah.
like
Fair.
what other than that? Like, are there other influences? You have other genres of music and stuff that you pick up. I mean, we were just talking about Meg Myers. If you guys don't know who Meg Myers is, very talented singer, but not industrial whatsoever.
Are you influenced by any actual genres, like real metal?
I try to not real metal. I like a little bit of everything. I'm one of those kind of people who, if you go through my iPod, it's ridiculous. It's just everything from hardcore death metal to Britney Spears to
Dude, I was-
hip hop to and
I
everything
knew
in
you were gonna
between.
fucking say
It's
that.
one of those things. I'd be hard pressed to say I don't like a genre or I'm super about it. It's just I like good music and I draw different things. When I'm writing a song, I'll usually start with a groove, a little backbeat or something, and it could be really kind of like hip hopish with 808s and hi hats, and I'll start there. And that's kind of the groove until, the guitars come in. I grew up on all sorts of industrial bands and stuff, so my guitar playing, it's very much, a lot of like KMFDM kind of riffs and, the sampled Slayer kind of stuff. But then at the same time, I just love a big, good, open pop chorus. So like a lot of our songs, you get to, it's all, metal and whatever and industrially and angry. But then when you get to the chorus, it's hooks and there's big keyboard lines and stuff like that, like you would hear in like a dance song, but there's still raging guitars going on, so it keeps it kind of.
And I'm trying to sneak in reggaeton and like dance rhythms like behind them without telling them. Just. But you always catch me. I don't
Brings the Afro-Cuban,
Moombahton.
the Afro-Cuban influence that we've been missing all
know. I
along.
listened to a lot of hip hop infused reggae last couple.
We were just talking to Scott. You are the new drummer for this band. There was a previous drummer, Andrew Scambati.
It's true.
Now, what actually happened with that? I'm gonna put you guys on the hot seat. I mean, you don't have to divulge the
I can tell you what I
worst
heard.
information about it.
Jesus.
I know plenty about Andrew.
I wasn't there.
I like Andrew. He's, let me hear your perspective on it. What happened? Why is he gone? Scott joined.
I mean, it basically came down to just a clash of schedules and, interests. It was one of those things. The way Tomorrow's Ghost kind of came about was me and Andrew and William were kind of actually here in this venue all drinking. Me and Jeremy we'd been working on this project off and on for the better part of a decade. And we finally hit a point where we're like, man, shit or get off the pot. It's time to actually like hit a stage with this and do a thing. Like I say, I pretty much cornered Andrew and William because Andrew at that point, he was kind of like giving up on drums for a while.
They were like, no means
He
no.
he just wanted to put it aside. He works on films and stuff like that, so he was really trying to focus on that. And same thing like William, he didn't even really have like guitar gear. He had kind of like put it down and whatever. And I kind of cornered both of them, and I'm like, look, I need you in my band, and I'll give you guitars and amps and like whatever. And I'm like, Andrew, dude, you're too good at drums to just not do it. So just come do it. I'm like, it'll be easy. It's low pressure. Anybody's
Then it's
ever been if
advanced.
anybody's ever been in a band, you say it's low pressure and you say, well, it'll be casual. And the next thing you know, it just becomes this like raging focus, and all of a sudden it went from, well, oh yeah, we'll get together, maybe once or twice a month, to, yeah, we need you to be here like 3 times a week on our schedule, and like we're all gonna go. And it was just that, he's one of the most talented drummers I've ever worked with. He just didn't have the passion for the music that we're making, and so
He is. He comes from a different
absolutely, yeah,
background.
he's a
like
rock
I know.
drummer, and
I've done
nailed it, but it was like one of those things.
Yeah.
We just kind of went different ways, and again, I had to pull somebody else out of drum retirement.
I had no idea.
I would have
I've
been way
always
better
known
at
you-
this 10 years ago when you were, knocking it around.
I have always known you as Two Muffin Rabbit. I had no idea that you even played the drums.
I get a lot of that, actually. Yeah. Because, another thing I do well, this is so embarrassing. I mean, don't let me start dancing, you guys. And here's my poetry. Now, so yeah, it's it just kind of became, will you do it? And yeah, it was kind of that initial. I could give you a couple weeks out of a month, no problem. And then they start to stack up on you.
We will provide you with a drum kit.
That
Half
is
of it
true.
is trap house raves.
Yeah. I did not bring much. I brought some cymbals. I brought a snare, and I did have to buy my own sticks. But other than that,
Actually, we gave you a box of
there was a
sticks,
box.
too.
Yeah, but there's
Those were shitty Vaders. Yeah, no one wants 5As.
no, they're worse than that. Yeah, they're like
PNC Bank promotional drumsticks
free- they're
that we got
free.
from Brewer.
free from a bank. They're like it's a giant box as big as this couch of really really thin
Made of
drumsticks.
balsa
I'll just go
wood.
Quack and just quack. It's
It
done.
seriously breaks 2 per song. When
Yeah,
we
up
practice.
to 8 of practice. Yeah, it's really quite the to do.
Okay, so you guys have you are definitely updated into the new millennia in terms of you're not bringing Marshall stacks and a big ass Ampeg bass head, like all this shit on stage. Like now it's all turned to lighting. You guys are actually more advanced in that than I had even noticed. I hadn't even really thought about it. Then I was watching a professional live video of Metallica. There's no more amps on stage or anything. It is just all straight lighting, straight plug in play, and everyone just gets to go around and have fun. Those days are long gone. How did that come about? You were very early on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, it was for years. I was just in pretty much primarily a lot of industrial bands and stuff like that, and so it was the thing of there was no live drummer, or if there was a live drummer, he was playing an electronic kit or something like that. So there was no need for stage volume. But I didn't need to have a cabinet. I didn't need to bring a 412, so I was an early adopter of I had the first Line 6 right when it came out, the little pod, and then the Pod Pro, and I eventually had the Veda 2 and the whole 9, and I've always just been a big fan of digital amps and modelers, and they've gotten better and better and better, and eventually it was the thing of when I switched to an 11 rack years ago, and it was just the thing of dude, this thing just sounds good, and it's no hassle, it's just, you plug it in, it's always gonna sound that good.
Your guitar, technology just fucking shrank.
Well,
it went
you're-
from stacks of speakers to everything you need is right here.
Your lighting, you got DMX shit, and so is that all hard to program though, along with your music, because that plays on beat, correct?
It does.
Does that do that by itself?
Would you describe it as hard? Is it difficult to do?
I don't know.
Is your job hard?
Are
in the band?
you?
Because I've never.
is
That's
it
the
hard?
thing, and it is absolutely all you. I haven't touched a fucking light chord or programming this, that, or the other. I haven't been asked, but don't worry about that. Where do I think the lights should be? I got opinions. I mean, you're having parties without me, you're programming the lights without me. I mean, you just said I don't even need a drummer. I think we'll roll back the tape. But yeah. But
Shoot, can we play the tape back? I need to know. I think he did say we don't even really fucking need him.
Allow me to repeat. We don't need a drummer.
you're getting better. Obviously, you're getting better at it. But is it hard still? To program lights? I have
Almost
no,
as hard as it is to sit next to you and have this conversation.
That's
But
arduous at least.
It is. I'm not gonna say it's super hard. I use a program called DMX's, and it's pretty straightforward. It's easy.
DMX.
Right. But it's basically it's more time consuming than anything. I use we run Logic Live, and basically DMX's tempo syncs to as long as we program
Where
our
you wash your
tempos
hands
to our songs
in the tempo sync.
We're the worst. But yeah. Again, like I say, it's just mostly time consuming. It's setting all the different
You've got the
channels.
time, and I appreciate it. So thanks. I mean, what?
Can I? No.
10, 15 minutes? Is that what it takes? Tops?
Do you want to try?
I could never.
What is it you do? If he does the lights and the drums and the
Guitar
music,
and backup
and then
vocals.
Jeremy does the words, then what am I? And then what do you?
That's a good fucking question.
Farting on a snare drum.
Just happy to be here. Are you happy to be here? I'm happy to be here.
I'm super happy to be here.
At the end of the day,
and
that's what it comes down to. I really am just like, kind of just like, yeah. So
I-
glad you guys are here.
I bring
is nice.
beer to practice, and
Yeah.
and then I also drink it. And my hat smells good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bring beer and I drink it.
It seems like my only role
about
in
it.
Nasty with Jimothy.
Yeah,
what you're good at.
I mean,
I bring beer and I kind of
I
sing.
pretend to play the guitar.
A reasonable facsimile thereof.
Yeah,
You're nailing it.
about that.
Okay. All right. One of the last questions. We're going to try and wrap this up. Are there any plans for a full-length release from Tomorrow's Ghosts?
No.
Well,
thank you.
which honestly actually brings me to another point. I mean, Nikki Sixx and the guys from Prodigy, they've come out in the media and said, like, you know what, like EPs seem to be a little bit more of the wave of the future because people's attention spans are like that. So I mean, why muddy up a 12-song album when we can put out 4 bangers? Is that something you guys want to just continue doing, or do you think you want to put out a full length?
Can I answer this or?
Yeah, okay. I'll allow it.
You're not.
All right.
We get answered.
I understand the artistic expression of an album, like the classic. Here's our concept.
Put it
and-
on, leave it on.
Yeah, and that's awesome. But to be honest, everyone has ADD now, including myself. It's really hard to put out just one album and expect people to pay attention to you for a year, especially where we're at right now.
You seem to have the
So-
catalog to do at least, what, you guys, 9, 10
Right,
songs?
I mean-
what are you going to play tonight? How many songs?
Yeah.
It's written down
So,
somewhere.
I mean, they're like 4-minute songs, so it's like, it's a full concert. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a full gig.
Yeah, it's like until the computer stops.
It's super difficult to hold people's attention. So the more I think, in my personal opinion, that you are constantly kind of putting out little bits and pieces, little bite-sized chunks.
You want snack size.
Yeah.
Are you Halloween every day, man.
Are you guys keto?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Sure.
I appreciate it. Because I try to eat smaller meals, but more often.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Of metal.
Day to day, little bite-sized metal pieces, little chunks. 4-song EPs.
Just if you decide to
So-
go in a different,
Yeah.
if you
Well,
in 4
3,
songs,
4.
if you decide to go in some sort of different direction, you can play with some stuff. This is the one that we
Country
the dark-
rap?
This one was dark. This one was a little more. This one was this more.
Yeah, we don't want to do the.
Every song featuring Cully Colgate.
Yeah. I mean, if he's available. I mean, talk about a guy that's tough to nail down.
Look at Tool. They took 13 years to put out 6 songs. I'm not mad at it. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous collection of music. But just put out just little things. Nobody cares
The
about.
jury's still out on that one.
Not many people buy albums. I don't. I steal everything off
Unless
the
you
internet.
are a band
don't
like
ever
Tool
do that, kids.
or Metallica or something.
Don't steal music.
Yeah, don't. I bought Tomorrow's Ghost EP, Grotesque, on iTunes, and you can find it on the Spotify's, and you can find it on the Pandoras.
The Pandoras?
Not on the YouTubes, though.
Yeah, no, it's on the YouTube.
Oh, is it on there now?
It's buried. It's weird.
It's on the
It's
YouTubes.
weird, but it's up there.
Oh, I couldn't find it.
It's on the YouTubes. It's on the
You have to
Pandoras, the
search- like, you
Spotify's.
have to search Grotesque as well, and it'll pop up.
Oh,
Like Tomorrow's Ghosts, Grotesque.
okay. Good thing that wasn't in a microphone.
Plural on Ghost. Yeah. What?
You can find it. Tomorrow's Ghost. You have to type in Grotesque after that on YouTube if you want to find that on YouTube. Okay, and we are just about done. Final question that I always just kind of find interesting. Favorite pizza and from where? All 3 across the board. I want to know where.
I'm actually going low carb. It's a really tough question. In the past,
You look good. You lost 20 pounds,
yeah,
I
20
think you
pounds
said.
and
Yeah.
like 7 inches in the middle, not where it counts. Anyway, I think
Hate you.
like a New York. I like a New York style with like a larger pepperoni that you can fold. Exact pizzeria unimportant. I just like a big slice that you can fold with like a wider pepperoni.
Domino's XL. They got the Brooklyn style. It's
Unless it's a cauliflower crust right now, it's pretty unimportant.
Jesus
no,
Christ.
No pizza for your boy. And happily, I've left it behind. I don't even need it.
Jason, go ahead. This shouldn't take this long.
It really shouldn't. Imagine that, you dragging something the fuck out. Dewey's, Lakewood. Half meatball, half Hawaiian.
Wow. Interesting choice.
I don't have a specific place. I do like Jets. Jets is good pizza, but if you can
That
make
was like what Pizza Hut used to be.
yeah, if all I care about, can you make a pepperoni pizza? If you can do that, then I'll buy all your specialty garbage. I want a pepperoni pizza. If that tastes good, I'm in.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for doing this interview. Again, this is Tomorrow's Ghost. We're here live. Well, not live, but current-ish.
It'll be like
Yeah.
Wait, is this not happening right now?
At their EP release. Their EP is called Grotesque. You can find it on all formats. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks, Jimothy, behind the camera right there. And once again, this is Tranquil Radio. We love you. They love you too, especially Scott. Good night, everybody.
People will bow to it.
All right,
Yeah.
continue.
It's
That's gonna be way out of context.
What are you doing?
You guys
Shawn?
didn't see the edit.